Greetings, Shane here, daily-astrocat.com. Ready for some astrology? Of course you are. Let's go. It's Tuesday and it's the 5th of August. Already, right? Crazy. Now that we said that, now that we didn't look at the thing and I was looking over there and looking over there, let's take a look directly at you. What's going to happen for you today? Well, let's talk about this because the moon's in Sagittarius and it's going to be there all day long until 11:29 in the morning when it becomes void of course. Void of course, it's only going to be void of course for about a couple of hours, an hour and a half about. So it doesn't really have that lasting void of course effect that we've had from the other moons. But what we do feel from this is we feel ourselves moving towards Capricorn right around lunchtime here on the East Coast. Now, I don't know if you noticed outside, but that moon last night was red up here in the Northeast. And that's due to smoke from Canadian wildfires. It was very warm and kind of humid outside and not really that pleasant to be out in. So we didn't do that type of thing. We did a little bit of dinner in and it was beautiful. Now, with that being said, let's talk about the astrology for today, the 5th. That was last night, right? We had all those mixed wired signals and stuff like that. And we're going to talk about that from yesterday because we're going to talk about why those signals may be crossing and where we're going to get some relief here, okay? Venus has moved along in Cancer and is racing up to meet Jupiter now. So now she steps out of that spot where she's interacting with Neptune and Saturn in Aries, right? There's no longer that square there. There may be a lasting square with, say, like, maybe the orb or something, but it's really stepped away from it, it's separating, right? So we're moving away from that. We can feel the intuition. We can feel where we're headed. We can feel that we're kind of in a little defensive mindset, right? Because it's really time to just kind of like gather in before we expand, right? We're going to have Mercury gathering in. And when Mercury goes direct, Mercury is actually still retrograde, and we'll be following the path up until it reaches about 15.5 degrees of Leo. It's going to stop at about 5. It's already slowing down because we have Mercury right at 5 degrees, 52 minutes. It just entered that 5th degree of Leo, if you can imagine it backing up in the sky. And now it's kind of like slows down, and then it's going to start going forward again. And when it starts going forward again, that's where we're going to recover some ground. We're going to recover some of the things we've been doing. And that's the third time's a charm, right? Once, twice, thrice. This will be the third time when Mercury's been in various positions for us. And those things we should have much more insight as far as what we should be doing and how we should be proceeding with moving forward. Which will be interesting because Venus is going to catch up to Jupiter and actually be conjunct. And that's going to throw a lot of good stuff on us. A blessing on your house, right? Basically. Let's call it that. Let's call it a blessing on your home, a blessing on your house, a blessing on your family, right? Those Cancerian things, those lunar things that they have to do with. It'll be interesting to see where the moon is when they do come conjunct. Now, this is we have the outer sign T-square? Yeah, we do, because the moon's actually in that position in Capricorn as it starts to move from Sagittarius to Capricorn, where it makes that T-square, and it just focuses all that energy on Cancer, and that tells us that's where we're headed. But we're going to make that home good, and the desire to make the home good and the desire to protect what is ours is what is going to be propelling us as we begin to slowly move forward. And eventually, once we pass that, it's going to be huge. We are in the middle of the Lion's Gate. So whatever it is that you're receiving from this, whatever it is that I'm saying, whatever it is that you're internalizing, is going to be a little bit more important, okay? And it's only important if you take it to mean it that way. There's other sources that are coming into you, and you will know what your truth is because it will come from without and meet within, right? Or basically, it's the kind of way the lightning's formed, right? Just up, down, right, meet in the middle sometimes. Okay, now that we got that said, okay, the significant thing about Venus and Cancer is we're ready for this, right? The path to the outcome we desire is through what makes Cancer-Capricorn axis so strong. Think about it. You got the moon in Capricorn, you got Venus in Cancer. What's making that strong? What makes that strong? It's love. We've got love in there. The moon is that emotion, right? Those tender emotions. In Capricorn, that's tough love. Yeah, we all need a little bit of tough love right now, okay? That's what we need. We need that because the knowledge is that we are going to conquer everything that we need to with love today and in the coming days, right? Today's keyword is moving forward. Now, we're going to move forward because the color is the night sky. Okay, the sun in Leo is as intense as the portal opens up, that right? It's just intense. The energy speaks to us in bursts and pulses of light. Close your eyes if you don't believe me. There's ringing in your ears that won't stop. Headaches and the like, vivid dreams. They're coming to those who don't regularly dream. Yet somehow we are wide awake. All right, and what should seem difficult kind of is impossibly easy. Now, details matter. The door's opening up, right? We're finishing up that scroll. We are ready to move forward. Our actions are going to take us to a place of balance and calm. But first, we've got to make sure that everything's in a row. That's what today and tomorrow is for. Take those things that are coming to you. Internalize them, but don't lose sight of the fact that what you need to do is go forward. And forward, if it's through that portal, it's through that portal. If it's into a different, say like elevated state, then you have to do that. That goes, right? Now the dreams are going to come early, and they'll come often, and they'll come early on. So just let them. Sounds right. Sounds good. Now, looking at, I'm just taking a further look at what's going on. Those squares, right? They're making a lot of noise. And the squares, what I mean is Venus, Saturn, and Neptune. They're opposing each other. That's an energy that's causing a little bit of friction, right? Something is going on there. The moon being opposite Venus and opposite all that stuff, that chimes in, and Mars is on the other side, okay? We basically have what's called a grand cross going on there. Venus is kind of out of it, so we can't really, it's not really a big grand cross. It's more like that T-square, a strong T-square between Mars and Mars, the moon, and Neptune and Saturn. Now, if you can imagine where that point is, that initial point of Capricorn, that homecoming, that coming home, that's where we're going to be. So when that moon passes over that point, that's going to be a very good spot for us to be able to realize that, hey, maybe we've done what we've had to do. Maybe we've got there, right? We're there. The full moon in Aquarius is going to be a nice culmination and is going to set us up beautifully to get our tech switched over, to be able to get some things moving and move in that direction. The noise, the static of all this is from just those crossing squares. The hidden thing that's about this is that we've got this nice kite formation. And kites are a mini grand trine with an opposition and then that grand trine going through it, right? So that would be moon, that would be Pluto, that would be Mars, and that would be Uranus, right? They're all easy working together energies, right? Transformation, change. You're in it. You are in it. This is it, right? You're in it. It's taken off in new directions, new beginnings. Yeah, you're reluctant. You're kind of thinking about them because both Saturn and Neptune, think about it. Dreams, illusions, creativity. And those limitations, they're coming back, right? So what do we've got? We can see where we're going in retrospect. It's almost like having the benefit of having been here before. Perfect. And now we have Mars starting to move through that aneretic degree of Virgo and then enter into Libra. And that's going to be what stabilizes us. That's going to be what gives us that ability to really just sit right into it. And then our actions are going to be fair, balanced, and what we need to do to have us achieve the outcome that it is that we want to achieve, what we're manifesting. That's what I got for you. Now, today we've got 1998, the American spinoff of Whose Line Is It Anyway, starring Ryan Stiles, Colin Mulcahy, and Wayne Brady, debuts on ABC. And Our birth is in 1930. It's Neil Armstrong. He's an American X-15 pilot, and he is the first man to walk on the moon, the commander of Apollo 11. He was also on Gemini 8. He was born in Wampakoneta, Ohio. And that's what I got for you. He died in 2012. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for being part of my transit here, my enlightenment, my beams of light coming in. It's all of you with your comments. It's all of you with how you contribute to this channel and help shape the direction that it's going to be heading in. It's a conversation here, right? It's a two-way street. Keep the comments coming. Keep them nice. I love the nice ones. You guys are been so gracious. Thank you so much. Appreciate and love every single one of you. Today is the 7. Happy astrocatting.